Welcome back. We have Rick Bradford here, who is with Laguna Woods Saddleback Church. And welcome, and boy, we see your face like all the time now. Every 7:30, we just flip you right on.
Well, Lisa, I'm glad to hear that you're watching. Because I
get to work at 7:30, I'm able to watch, right?
I mean, you are so busy. If you've ever seen it, my clapping to you.
But it's, it's good, and we'll talk a little bit more about your inspirations and things like that. But first, you've got some Bible studies to tell us about.
Well, when you asked me that, or let me know that today was available, I looked at our calendar, and we do have a couple of events this week that I would love to invite everyone to go to.
Okay, so what do you got?
Today is Wednesday, and every Wednesday we have our women's Bible study, and I know we have a picture of that, and the ladies love it. They have great fellowship. They get together. But here's the unique thing, and one of the things I love about this, and that is it's held at Lutheran Church of the Cross on El Toro.
Right.
It says so much when churches can get together and do stuff, including Pastor Leland over there at Lutheran Church of the Cross, and all the fine people over there welcome our ladies to use their facility. So we in turn want to make it, and always do make it, open to all the ladies in Laguna Woods.
Okay.
You don't have to come to our church. You don't have to go to any church. Maybe you just want to learn something about the Bible. Well, we have live teaching from other ladies who have studied and love to talk to those who come, and then they just have fun together. I mean, it's not a whole lot of teaching, but anyway, so that's at 1:30 today, and I know the morning show, the people could go.
They could, yeah.
And even if you can get in your car real quick at the noon or 12:30 showing.
Right.
But if you can't make it, I just would invite everyone that next week is a fine week for you to go. And
so it's every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
And how long does it usually last?
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, good. And then
now, the men,
they have something different.
They do.
Okay.
I think men have more fun, which is rare.
Well, I'm sorry, it's at the 19th restaurant.
That's why I say that.
How did that happen?
The women have a great time together, but we actually have an amazing breakfast. Okay. So, but ours is only once a month. And the men's, so it's Thursday, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
You can go to the 19 at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You'll meet and see lots of your neighbors, other men. I know, the thing is, men often are sometimes not as social as my wife and the other ladies. But we have a really good time, and you get Eggs Benedict for $5.
Wow.
And I always say, try to beat that anywhere.
Yeah, you can't get that anywhere.
You can't.
Okay.
And then we have a little bit of teaching, but a lot of fellowship. And men out there in Laguna Woods, I just would encourage you, give it a try. Give it a try. I'll be there. I'm not the teacher of it, but come on out. You will have a good time. And if not, I'll give you your $5 back.
Wow, a guarantee even. Oh my goodness. All right, perfect.
Ken will be down maybe.
Oh, maybe, or maybe the rest of the crew. You never know.
Okay.
So let's talk about your inspiration for today that does air at 7:30 in the morning. What are some of the things you're trying to achieve with that?
It does. You know, Lisa, I just want to first say this is the most fun thing I think I've ever done in my life. And as I said to you earlier, you get to have all this fun every day too. Yes. But now we tape ours. We tape several shows at one time. And so, in fact, basically we film a week at a time.
Okay.
You're the pro, so you do it every day live.
Every day live, but you're here now live too, don't forget. So you're being a professional too.
Well, we have a lot of fun. This week, so a lot of times we have themes for the week. And this week's theme, we're right in the midst of what I entitled A Week in the Life of the Church. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, we went to 5 live events. We had an event every single day, including our food pantry was one day, our night of worship was another day, and we had a volunteer appreciation night. I just thought it might be fun. People think church only happens on Sunday. They might enjoy seeing what we do during the week.
That's a great idea.
So I did that.
Okay, excellent.
Now, next week, you know what important day is next week, do you not?
I do. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
That means candy.
Well, yeah, I suppose. So anyway, I thought, well, why don't we do a Valentine theme week?
Okay.
So that's next week on, and Inspiration for Today is this little 10-minute TV show. We start with a verse every day, and there are definitely verses that pertain to Valentine's Day. In fact, Valentine was, in researching for those shows, I found out that he was a man who actually lived in like the year 250. Oh. And his story is fascinating. So that's next Thursday on Valentine's Day. Okay. But we have other shows that pertain to that. In fact, the picture that you put up was of myself and my wife. Okay. Who is my Valentine. Aw, super cute. Yeah. Super cute. And how do the clowns fit in? Okay, so I put up the clowns because then other times we have silly shows. Okay. And the clowns that were on our show, you know, there's a clown club here in Laguna Woods. My guess is you've had them. We've had them on, yes, we have. I thought you would have, because they're fun. They are fun. They do a lot of good things. Well, here's the funny thing. So the shows that we did with them on our YouTube channel, those are the most watched shows that we've done. Oh, that's great. We do this inspiration show, and what gets watched is the clowns. Right. And then what about in the bottom left picture we have of you interviewing somebody? Okay, yes. And so that's Michelle. And as you can see, that one was shot not in the studio. It was out by the creek in the sycamore tree in Aliso Park here in Laguna Woods. But I call these kind of motivational shows. And Michelle, as you can see, has some challenges in her life, but she never lets it hold her back. And she is go, 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 do. So I just love Michelle, and by the way, people can go back on our YouTube channel and see any of these. And what are you calling the YouTube channel? It's YouTube. Just search for Inspiration for Today. Inspiration for Today. Okay, Inspiration for Today. Perfect. Or /. Okay. And then, so we have motivational shows, and then finally, the one of this lady. Her name is Darlene, and Darlene, when I had her on, she was told that she was going to die in November of 2017. Oh. This was now a year later. She was because her liver gave out. Oh, wow. Way back then. The Lord kept her alive, and she was so inspirational. She was when we did this show, she was #1 on the liver transplant list, and she was hopeful and excited, but just the whole year she just served other people and did not let it hold her back. I found that so inspirational. And then, as in the Lord's timing, it was literally 2 weeks later she did pass on and is now in heaven. And we actually replayed that show with a little more, because for me, what she was going through, I call it inspirational, and that's because her whole attitude was just something that I want to emulate. Right. And her faith in the most trying of times. Okay. So we really have a broad spectrum of shows, and I'm thankful so much for the ability to do those and to share with your viewers. I hope just try it 1 or 2 days. Give us a shot. We start with a verse, and you don't have, it's not just for our church. In fact, I have already had on 5 pastors for 2 shows each of surrounding churches. Oh, good. And I let them, and I love to promote their churches too. Oh, wonderful. We're in this together. Good. Well, and then any resident who's also interested in discussing maybe some things that they were going through that might be helpful for other people as well, right? I love, and we've had guests from World War II veterans to, well, across the whole spectrum. It's literally kind of like your show in a way. We have Laguna Woods residents sharing Laguna Woods stories. Perfect. I think they'll find it interesting. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for all the information. Lisa, you're a blessing to me. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
And remember, if you are interested in the inspiration for the day, you just have to turn on Channel 6 at 7:30 in the morning. We'll see you later. Be right back.